Hey guys, and welcome to the Fish Room. I'm Rachel O'Leary and it's time for a Tuesday tip, but this week I'm going to do things a little differently. I've been having a really hard time getting my Tuesday tips done on time because of my schedule. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday are my busiest shipping days. Not only that, but because of my obligations with my family, it's just brutal to do a Sunday and a Tuesday. So what I thought I would do was switch it up a little bit. I'm still going to do Tuesday tips, but I'm going to cut them back to once a month. Now I will be doing 2 weekly videos no matter what. On the weeks that I do a Tuesday tip, you'll just get 3. So what I would like to start doing is increasing the range of my profiles and start doing some plant profiles for you, some substrate profiles, as well as a few more projects that I'd like to get working on. You can't see it, but I have like 5 or 6 little tanks that I need to set up in Scape. Now today I had planned to show you a bunch of stuff outside. However, it is pouring and all I have is a little bit of footage from yesterday. So I'll show you that, but I thought I would also take you around to some of the different tanks that I've shown you and give you some updates. This will include the 150-gallon modified river manifold tank, which is looking great. This little planted tank behind me, which just hit a year old yesterday, as well as the little 2.6-gallon Fluval Spec that I set up for you guys a couple weeks ago. Let me know in the comments below what sort of additional spotlights you would like to see, be it substrate, be it plants, be it equipment, you know, that sort of stuff. My Leota car is spawning behind me. Got a little distracted there. I'm hoping that by doing this, I'll be able to go into more interesting Tuesday tips for you and also be able to share a lot more information for what I'm interested in. I think the first spotlight that I will do will be on tissue culturing, what that means, what to expect, how to use them, things like that. So this is the little shrimp nano that I showed you guys when I talked about how to maintain a planted shrimp tank. It has taken a solid year, but finally that crypt parva, the foreground plant, is really starting to cover. And I think the main reason it stayed so healthy and done so well, despite me not using any fertilizers or CO2, is because I started with tissue cultured plants. They're extremely healthy and just really user friendly. But everything in this tank is doing really well. This is the little 2.6-gallon Fluval Spec that I set up a few weeks ago, and I keep forgetting to turn off the light, so I've gotten a little bit of algae growth, and to counter that I dropped in a nearite snail and 3 amanos, and it cleaned it right up. Otherwise, I'm really happy with how it's going. I think it's just a beautiful little tank, and I look forward to seeing it grow out. Eventually, I will end up stocking this tank with some sort of nano fish, but for now, I'm content to leave it just be plants and hardscape. This is my goldfish bin that's planted with native irises and rushes, and you can see the Louisiana irises are blooming beautifully. They're just stunning. The bins are doing super awesome. The water hyacinth is multiplying like mad. All the plants are growing really well. And I have fry in a few tubs. It's going to be pretty difficult to show you fry, but I might be able to in this one. You can see a bunch of fry right up at the surface there. Yep, there's some fry. There's a whole lot in this bin. This is the minnow bin. I've had quite a few flowers in my 300-gallon. I have new pitchers on my pitcher plant. The sensitive fern is spreading like crazy, which makes me really happy because it's really awesome. You see some of the growth that the bins have gotten. This iris is also blooming. And I expect most of my lilies to have blooms on them in the next few weeks. All in all, the bins are doing super awesome. The 150 gallon is doing banging. The bucephalandras have only continued to spread. And this bulbitis on this side has just gone out of control, and it's starting to creep up that corner filter like I wanted it to. At some point, I may need to cut it and glue it to the braces to get it exactly where I want it, but for now it's doing fine. This is Crypt Willisii, and despite my relative neglect in not dosing any fertilizers or CO2 in this tank, it has continued to spread, and I'm really, really happy with it. You can see it's starting to creep up that hill back towards the bulbitis, and that makes me really happy. I think it's very successful there and has done amazingly well. You can see the rhinogobius really like it. The boys keep trying to entice ladies back there. The dwarf sag that I put in is starting to spread. It's a little leggy for my tastes, but it's very healthy. And this side of the tank is just amazing. I think what I'm going to do is whack back a lot of the bulbitis that has grown in between the beautiful woodwork that I have in there so that it's more visible. I do want it in that back corner, but everything is growing so quickly in this tank that I need to whack it back. I had stuck in some new bucephalandra species. This is one of them that I had around. I'm not sure what kind it is, but it's really happy. It's nearly doubled in size in the past month or so. And you can see it has a flower stalk, as does this one down here. Now, buces are relatively expensive, but I think they're really rewarding plants to keep. For me, they have the beauty of a cryptocorn with all the variety of leaf shape and color, but the ease of an anubias. I simply plug and play these plants, and you can see how big they've gotten. I just couldn't be happier. My absolute favorite is this one up here. To me, it reminds me of a little floating island with how the moss has infiltrated the roots, and I just absolutely adore it. In fact, I may try and recreate this look in other tanks with some of the smaller varieties of bucephalandra I have available now. I have yet to clean my corner filter or canister, and you can see at the surface there that the flow has not at all been compromised at this point. I am doing twice weekly water changes, and the fish are absolutely thriving. I did move the rainbow shiners outside to breed, but left everything else in here. In fact, I pulled some plants the other day to share with a local hobbyist, and when she got them home, she discovered a ton of little larval fry, which makes me think they're goby or hill stream fry. All in all, I'm really geeked about this tank. I think that these Gastromyzon virosus are getting ready to spawn. They just look awesome and have been super, super active lately, circling around each other and darting about the tank. It would be very exciting for me if they spawned. Look at that yellow in that tail. What a beauty. You can see the Physidens has continued to do exceptionally well. I couldn't be happier with that plant. I really was sort of skeptical when I got it because it has a reputation of being a bit difficult and picky, but it seems to really, really like my water. In fact, it's volunteered in various spots around the aquarium, which is what it does in nature, so that's particularly exciting to me. See a large clump of it there behind that buse. Now, I'm still not done stocking this tank. I'm not entirely sure what else I'm going to add, but I know that I want to add some more gobies. I'm thinking some Stiphodon atripurpureus and definitely some Stiphodon percnopterygionis. Otherwise, I still need to add some cobitus in, But if you remember correctly, I do a 6-month quarantine on everything that comes into this tank, so it'll still be a bit yet. Anyway, that's the 150. I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching. Make sure you stop by my Facebook as well as my website, MsJinx.com, where you can find my upcoming speaking engagements, my current stock list, and information on all things Nano. Wanted to thank you again for all the donations. Every day I get closer to my goals of upgraded equipment. It's a huge help.